Hello Game Gumshoes fans, Chris here with Game Gumshoes. Today I want to introduce you to a game called Loonacy. It's the latest offering from Looney Labs games. It's fairly simple. If you've seen my review on Spotted, it's fairly similar. As is typical of Andy's games, you know, you've got the box, you got a sheet of rules, which explains it and then some. You have the box with the two sets of cards, so it makes a fairly decent stack of cards. As you can see, your deck is about that thick. Now each card has two pictures on it, kind of like a domino in a way. And basically, your entire objective is to take the 7 cards you're dealt, and depending on how many players are playing, discard your entire hand. Now the reason I say depending on the amount of players you have, that's because depending on how many players you have, whether it's 2 or up to 5, in fact we even played with 6 just to see how well it would work out. Playing with that many people, 2, I think you start off with 4 separate discard piles. When you get all the way up to 5, you're down to 1 discard pile. 1 discard pile was very challenging, but it actually seemed to fit a little bit better than the multiple discard piles. The one thing we did notice though, regardless of how many discard piles were there, was that as you're trying to discard all your cards from your hand, because you're all playing at the same time, the pile got a little sloppy and kind of wavered around. Tonight I played several rounds with my family and, you know, that sort of thing. And it turned out that this game, yes, this game here, can lead to injuries if you're really aggressive at trying to empty your hand. Sorry, Mom. And sorry, Josh. I'm sorry you had to cry about me knocking your hand out of the way so I could put my card down first. Mom, I really didn't mean to jam your finger. It just kind of happened. But, so, Loonacy, you've got your discard pile. You got 7 cards in your hand. Whoever's dealing flips over a card. You work to match up at least one of your items on your card with, you know, an item on another card. So I couldn't play these 2 cards back to back because the one's a moon and a cookie and the other one's a earth and a UFO. But I could play these 2 cards back to back because they both have a cookie on it. Now it's really cool. The deck appears to have drawings from each of the different sets. I know at one point in time I had 7 cards, which is a total of 14 symbols, and not a single one of them matched. And it was difficult as all get out to get my cards emptied from my hand. I was sitting there holding one card, like, just blah. But the nice thing is, if everybody hits a stopping point to where they can't play any more cards, then the dealer deals out 1 card to each player, and play resumes. So you gotta be quick on your draw. We shout out what we're laying down so everyone else can verify that we are laying down what we say we're laying down. With only having 2 options, it's much easier, much quicker than, say, when you're playing Spot It, because with Spot It you have several symbols to have to verify before you can discard. We didn't have any, no, you're supposed to have issues with not being able to find a match, because if you didn't, you wouldn't, you know, be pulling any other cards. Now, I will say that when we did try to play this with 6 players, which is above and beyond the amount of players you're supposed to have, because it's supposed to be a max of 5, we did find that at least in one game, we had to shuffle the deck twice through before someone could go out. But Loonacy, fun game. We found it to be very physical, physically demanding. Like I said, trying to play something down, accidentally jabbed my mother's finger. My sister's boyfriend, he kind of couldn't go as quick as we did. So, but he still won one round. It's a fun game. Give it a shot. Looney Labs generally always has good games. Like I said, the artwork comes from all the various Fluxx decks. I'm not sure about a couple of them because I don't recognize the artwork. I think they may be from a Monsters exclusive deck that was released at Target one Halloween, but I've yet to find that deck, so I don't know. But try it out. It's Loonacy by Looney Labs. You can pick it up for about 15 bucks. If your store doesn't have it, have them order it. I know my store that I hang out with has at least one copy on the shelf because I bought the other one. But thank you for joining me, Chris, here with Game Gumshoes, and have a pleasant day.